Welcome to another interview here at the University of Technology of Malaysia. We are now with Dr. Nor Ashikin. She has written a paper called Rahmatan lil Alamin Policy in Navigating the Road Towards a Just Society, a narrative from Malaysia, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Doctor. Welcome to here with us.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Okay, so just to clarify those who are non-Muslim, what is Rahmatan lil Alamin?
Thank you again for inviting me, and thank you again for asking that question. Rahmatan lil Alamin is actually Arabic words. We borrow it from the Quran, that means like the Bible, like of the Christian. Rahmatan lil Alamin is actually three words. Rahmatan lil Amin. Rahmatan means blessing, benevolent or beneficence. Lil is for all, regardless of your background, regardless of your economic or social status. Amin means universe. So if you put those three words together, Rahmatan lil Alamin, it means that it is for the benefits of mankind. Meaning that the mankind here is even bigger than human. Mankind it includes plants, it includes animals, it includes society, it even includes the planet Earth and the environment and the universe as a whole. So it is a very big concept in Islam.
Great. I've seen you are really active about promoting this idea to be part of the policies of Malaysia. Mm-hmm. But what does exactly that mean? What is your goal?
Rahmatan lil Alamin is a basic concept that actually promoting the goodness of mankind. It wanted to bring the goodness of mankind. Rahmatan lil Alamin, the concept of Rahmatan lil Alamin has specific objectives. These objectives are to teach the society to be more caring, to have this affection or love towards others, or may it be human, may it be animals, or like I said just now, environment. And then it is also the act that actually, which when you do something, you must think and consider the feelings of others so that your action would not jeopardize others. Whatever you do, you must bring benefits for others. In short, Rahmatan lil Alamin teaches humankind teaches human to be less selfish, whereby the public interest would overcome or override personal interest. In the society that we live in today, that is what we are lacking. Most of the time we find that it's always me and me and me attitude. But Rahmatan lil Alamin said that you shouldn't think of that, because when you do that, when you do something, when you make a decision, you have to think about what others would feel, how others would respond. That is how you can create a harmonious society, so that the society feel that, okay, I have an equal right as you are. There's nothing about like what we are facing today. It's always like the poor feel that they have a small corner in the world. They only can live in a small corner of the world. But Rahmatan lil Alamin saying that no, we are treating you equally. You have your place, and then we try to bring just and equity in life.
Yeah. I agree. I really like this concept. We should all put that concept into practice in our lives, in the policies, in all nations. I think it's really good. You say in your paper that this paper believes mercy of the Western contemporary view is only part of the Rahmatan lil Alamin, an Islamic concept as found in the Quran and Islamic jurisprudence. So, what does this exactly mean? What is the difference between the concept of mercy in the Islam and Western?
They are actually almost similar. When we talk about mercy, by definition, mercy refers to kindness, being considerate, compassion, or sometimes people even interpret mercy as pity, or sometimes people say that it is a sign of fear. I've come across an article about saying that mercy is actually a reflection of a fear feeling, being afraid of somebody, which I totally disagree. And then what I like is that mercy is actually a pure sign of your purity of your heart, and it is translated into practice through your action and action or decision. But mercy actually, when mercy asks you to be compassionate towards your enemy or your friends, like for example, it is a mercy in you that commands you to forgive and forget whatever wrongdoing that your enemy has done to you, which is not an easy feeling to do. You must forgive and forget so that you both of you can move on. In Islam, the rahmatan lil alamin means blessing. Like I said, the benevolent beneficence of blessing. So comparatively, mercy and rahmatan lil alamin, mercy is just part of the blessing. So actually, blessing has a bigger scope. They are almost similar, but in terms of scope, mercy has a smaller scope as compared to rahmatan lil alamin, because rahmatan lil alamin, because mercy is a personal choice. You choose whether you want to forgive your enemy or not. You choose whether you want to retaliate against your enemy or not. But rahmatan lil alamin is an imposition by the religion towards a Muslim, or by our religion towards a believer or Muslim. So it's no longer whether you want to do it or not, because this is a requirement of Islam that you as a Muslim need to do. But being a non-Muslim, you are not subjected to this kind of requirement. It's again, you can do or not. But the why I'm promoting rahmatan lil alamin, a Muslim concept, into a wider universe, is because this is a universal concept which is, I think, neutral enough. These are the concepts which I think we are lacking. These are the common concepts, the basic needs where our society needs. So when it comes to blessing, in what sense blessing is different from mercy is because blessing, two things like I mentioned just now. Mercy stops after you have forgive and forget, it stops there. It is between you and the person that you know. Whereas when it comes to rahmatan lil alamin, it's wider community. Regardless whether you know the person or you don't know the person, but you must think whenever you do something, it must bring benefits to the present generation or the future generation. Like if you decide to cut a tree, you must remember, maybe you cut a tree in your compound, but sometimes that you need the tree. Maybe that is the only tree left in that area. So you must think you need this tree to preserve the environment. Like that.
And how active are you promoting this idea? How have been your last activities?
I've been not active. What I say that it's a very small contribution. I can only talk about it through my writings, through the belief of like I said, that in designing policy. When we help the government to design policy, to develop policy for the country, we try to inject this kind of concept into the policy that we design.
Do you have direct influence in the?
Sometimes the government asks us to help them to do policy.
So you have a good way to.
Yeah, that's why that is a very small contribution. And of course, when you design a policy, you cannot say that this is a rahmatan lil alamin policy. There is no such a thing. But you integrate the concept of rahmatan lil alamin in the policy that you want. For example, when you want to do what we call this, there's one policy that we did a few years back. It was on education, higher education. So we were thinking that if we introduce this kind of approach, how would it affect the business community in terms of their economy, in terms of their sustainability? We cannot simply plug whatever new concept that we want and introduce it to the society. I give you another example. Like in China, they have the one-child policy to contain the expansion of the population. So can we borrow that policy into Malaysia? So this is where you need to balance out and evaluate the effectiveness or the workability of that policy in Malaysia. Malaysia being a Muslim country, you simply cannot borrow the concept of one-child policy in Malaysia and implement it, because we are a Muslim country, and as you know, Muslim men can marry 4. So now there will be a conflict between the 4 wives. Which wife can bear the husband child because of the one-child policy? Or is it each wife can have one, meaning that it will be inequality in the society. Because if you say that each wife can have one child, the husband indirectly can have 4 child. But if you say that no, regardless if you are marrying 4 but you still have one, that would be denying the rights of the other wives. So these are the things that Rahmatan Lil Alamin, the act that we do must be considered to suit the local community. And there is no justice in this. They're having like in China maybe it's suitable, but in Malaysia, well, we still lack of human population. Malaysia has a very small population, so there's no point of us introducing a one child policy.
Yeah, that's an example.
Yeah, same example.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, and it's really interesting actually, that example you just gave. What would be an ideal scenario when implementing the Rahmatan Lil Alamin in the policies of Malaysia?
Ideal situation. That is the precondition that we need. It's very difficult to get that that ideal condition, because whatever we do is always the end receiver is always the people. What we call it the rakyat in Bahasa Malaysia, it means the people. So it is the people who needs to understand the concept of Rahmatan Lil Alamin first. They need to have the awareness of what Rahmatan Lil Alamin is all about. It's not, even though it's an Islamic concept, but still the non-Muslim can adopt it. So we should actually erode or try to erase the fear, whatever fear that the non-Muslim might have towards introducing a Muslim concept, because we don't want them to feel that, oh, Islam is very imposing, or Islam is asking me to do something which is against my religion. It's not. So we need to create the awareness first, and after creating the awareness, we need to make sure that whatever concept that we are introducing is suitable and they can accept it, and then it suits their daily practice or their aspiration to live in a country, a diverse country like Malaysia. So creating an ideal situation would be, the basis of that would be creating an educated or knowledgeable society. Only then whatever we want to do through Rahmatan Lil Alamin or through the policy would be workable.
That's a good answer. And how can Rahmatan Lil Alamin, if implemented in other nations, can help reach peace and harmony in the world?
As I said just now, Rahmatan Lil Alamin, the objective of Rahmatan Lil Alamin is actually to bring harmony in the society. It teaches you, the concept teaches everyone the concept of dignity and self-respect. So if you feel that your rights are well preserved, you are actually an equal member of the society, then there would be, it would reduce, if not close, the grudges or the gaps, whatever, the social gaps that we are having in a society. So I think having a peaceful, safe society is what everybody wants, regardless of our background. That is our basic needs. So in other countries, I'm sure, in any country, whether you're a rich country or a poor country, whether you're a Muslim country or a non-Muslim country, you still want this kind of happiness, a peaceful life. So that would be a basic thing that we need to create. And I think through policy with this Rahmatan Lil Alamin concept can help, because policy is actually the most common tool that the government introduced in forcing the society to do something that they don't want to do originally.
And which policy do you think is more challenging to use this concept, but more helpful for his society?
It could be the true education policy, because education is the basic needs of the society or the environment, or even the economic policy, because you need to create the same opportunity for everybody. Islam does not stop you from working hard. We acknowledge that whoever works hard get the whatever rewards they deserve in return. So with Rahmatan Lil Alamin, it's not encroaching about others. It's about you working hard and you think about how you can benefit the others.
Okay, thank you, Doctor, for joining us to this interview.
All right, thank you.
And thank you all for keep watching the interviews to the authors of the book, The Mind of the World Philosophy Day 2019. Thank you, Doctor.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you all.